Assalamualaikum students, I welcome you again to our online course of mathematics. We have already completed the first unit, that was about function, and we got there the meaning of function, we got there the meaning of domain, range of function, and we know now how to find the domain and range of a function. We also defined it there some special types of functions. These are there's a constant function, identity function, and so on beta. Now it is the time to start the second unit, that is based on beta limiters, and in this unit we are going to define in our first lecture neighborhood of a point. If we have a point, what is the neighborhood of that point, or how we can define the neighborhood of that very point. So beta, I taken here x from R, from the set of real numbers. Now I will define neighborhood on this x beta. If so, student, it was a phone call, it was urgent. Now we are defining this neighborhood beta. If we have x belongs to R, and for this x belongs to R, if we are getting an open interval a comma b, such that this x belongs to this ab, this x belongs to this, then we say that beta this a open interval ab is neighborhood of this x. What that means beta, if we have a comma b, we know that with the open interval means all the elements, or the set of all elements that are between this a and b, but except this a and b, If for this a b we are getting x here, so that this x falls between this, so it will be like here. If this, so this point we call that this point has neighborhood beta a and a comma b. Similarly beta, if I will take a simple example, open interval 1 comma 2. If I have an open interval 1 comma 2, we know that beta all the points, for example this one, they are between this 1 and 2, or I can see that beta this 1.2, 1.3, these are the points that are between this 1 and 2, and these are the points that lies between this open interval 1 comma 2. So clearly beta, by the definition of this neighborhood, now I can say that beta this 1 comma 2, this open interval of 1 comma 2 is the neighborhood of all the points that are between 1 and 2 except this 1 and 2. So we write the definition. Neighborhood. You also write it an open interval. हम इंटरवल की बात कर रहे थे. An open interval a comma b is said to be I will write this neighborhood short for n, neighborhood of x belongs to R if x belongs to open interval a comma b. For example beta, जो मैंने अभी कहा 1 comma 2 is a neighborhood of 1.2, 1.3, 1.4, etc. This is our definition of neighborhood. Or the next definition is beta deleted neighborhood of x. deleted neighborhood of x. If we have beta three real numbers following a, it is less than beta this x and x is less than this b. If we have these three real numbers beta a, x, and if we will take a set beta from this a to this x and from this x to this b, but if we exclude these 3 points a, x, and this b, a, x, and this b, if we will exclude from that set these 3 points, we call at that time beta the set is the neighborhood of is the deleted neighborhood of x. For example, beta, if we delete these 3 points a, x, and b, we will get here a to this x, open interval, union this x to b, union x to b, beta, this set is called then beta the deleted neighborhood of this x, this set, because we are excluding from this set a, x, and b. We will write it is definition later beta. We can write it beta like this: open interval of a to b, difference minus, or we will exclude from it this element x. This is also the form of this very set, and this set we call that time beta the deleted neighborhood of this x. So we write now that a less than x less than b, where this a, x, and b are real numbers, where this a, b, x belongs to R, then the set a, x, union x, b, R, या इसको मैं लिख सकता हूँ like this: open interval of a, b, minus, yeah, subtract this x is called beta deleted neighborhood of x. It was our second definition. Now third one is beta left neighborhood of x, left neighborhood of x. Again beta, if we have 3 points, 3 real numbers, a less than x less than b. For example beta, we have 3 points here: a, x, b, a, x, b. Beta, if we take an open interval from this a to x, from this a to x, a to x, if we take an interval from this a to x, but in that integral, we will exclude this a, but x we will include in that set. At that time, beta, we call this very set or this very interval beta left neighborhood of x. Similarly, beta, if we will take an interval from this x to b, but from that interval we will exclude this point b, but this x we will include. At that time, beta, this interval we are calling right, ये right side में है, और right neighborhood of this x. Left neighborhood is this, and this is the right neighborhood of x. We will define them together. Left, right. That a less than x less than b, where a comma x comma b belongs to R, they are the real numbers, then the set, then the interval is a, but this x we have to include, and x, this is b we have to exclude, are called left and right, are called the left and the right neighborhood of x respectively. Going further, we have now left deleted neighborhood and right deleted neighborhood. We know now what is left neighborhood and what is right neighborhood. Now we have to define what is left deleted neighborhood and what is right deleted neighborhood. So here left or right deleted neighbor. Again, beta, if we have three real numbers a, x, and b, but this a is less than this x is less than b. Beta, if we take an interval from this a and to this x, a to this x, but from that interval we will exclude this endpoint a and this x. For example, beta, if we will take interval this a, x, open interval a to x, we know that beta open interval means open interval of a comma x means beta this a and x are excluded from the set. Beta, this open interval is called beta left deleted neighborhood of x, because we are deleting here the element x from the interval. Similarly, beta, if we will go to this side, if we take an interval from x to this b, we know that this interval means we are excluding this x as well as this b. This interval we call beta or right deleted neighborhood of this x. So we will write these two. That a less than x less than b, where x comma p belongs to R, then will be the a open interval of a comma x and open interval of x comma b are called the left and the right deleted neighborhood of. Now we have another, that is symmetric neighborhood. Symmetric neighborhood of x. Symmetric neighborhood of x. If beta this x is the point here, then beta, then the open interval x minus something beta, for example delta. We know that this point will be to the left of this x, for example here, and x plus delta, for example that point will be. If we have a point beta x, if we take an open interval x minus del comma x plus delta, this open interval beta, this open interval is called beta symmetric, is called symmetric neighborhood of this x, or we call it beta del neighborhood. Del neighborhood, because beta we are taking the x minus del, that is here this point, and we are taking x plus del, that this point. We know that we will, if when we will take the open interval of from this point to this point, that open interval must include this x also, so it will become neighborhood. So this neighborhood clearly, and this neighborhood, it is clearly the neighborhood of x also, and this neighborhood is that time beta symmetric neighborhood of x or del neighborhood of. Similarly beta, for example, if we have x as 3, x as 3, and if we will take del as beta, del equal to 1.2. What is beta? This is x, this del. What is x minus del? That is beta 3 minus 1.2, and it is equal to beta 2 point, is equal to beta 1.8, and when we take x plus del, that is equal to beta 3 plus 1.2, that is equal to 3, 4, and now x minus del, x plus del is equal to beta 1.8, 4.2. So that means beta, this 3x3 has symmetry neighborhood, that is equal to this, but this is equal to beta 1.8, 4.2. This is the symmetric neighborhood of this, or we can say that beta del we have 1.2, neighborhood of 3, 1. Neighborhood of 3, that is equal to this. So you have to write down this example. First, I'm going to write the definition of this symmetric neighborhood. After that, beta, below that definition, you have to write down this example. So you take it as in consideration. Interval x minus delta x plus delta is called symmetric neighborhood of x or del neighborhood of x. फॉर एग्जाम्पल जो मैंने दी एग्जाम्पल वही लिखना है इसकी. So you write few remarks later that I have already given in definition, but for your remembers, for your ease better, you write them as remarks. And first one is better. C minus del C. We have C here point. C minus del, we know that is this point. And here is C plus del. If I will take the interval, open interval C minus del to C. C minus del. We know that by the definition of this left deleted neighborhood, the C minus del and C, that is the left deleted neighborhood of the C. Similarly, C to the C plus it, that is the right deleted neighborhood of the C. You write this. And similarly, we will go for another, that one is better, this. I have already given you these things. Now we will go for meaning of this meaning of 0 less than x minus C less than del. Meaning of this field. We know that better this condition prevails if and only if this condition C x minus del x minus C, it is possible only if and only if it is possible if and only if beta this C minus del less than x less than C plus. How better? No, check. This is our x. So for example, beta C. We know that here is C minus del C plus del C plus. We have beta a point. We have beta a point x. When we are finding out the distance between this x and this C, we have a point x on somewhere in this number line, beta. When we are finding the distance between that point and to the C, we are getting beta the distance less than greater than 0, but that is less than this delta. That is less than this delta. If it is equal to delta beta, if the distance is equal to delta, we will get beyond this C. If that is less than 0, we will go to the left of this delta, to the left of it. So this x minus C, this axis, this condition is possible then only if only when this point is the point that is between this C minus delta and C plus delta. Because as I have already told you, if we will give the value delta or greater than delta, we will go beyond this. Because the distance from then the distance between this point and this, that will be greater than this, or that will be beyond this, and that will come this point. Now beta, when we will take it has less than 0 or equal to 0. Our distance, our point will be here behind the c minus delta. That will also not satisfy this condition. So the condition will be only satisfied when this c minus delta less than x less than when this c is when this x is between the c minus delta and c plus delta. So it is answer here. If and only if this means beta x belongs to c minus delta c plus delta. If and only if x belongs to, I can split this open interval as beta this open interval c minus delta to c. Or beta here you check here. Oh sorry, this c x should not be equal to beta c. X should not be equal to c because beta if x is equal to c that means beta here it will be 0 minus 0 that is 0 beta. But 0 is not less than 0. So x we have to take beta the point which is not equal to c. So here x is not equal to c. So this condition is satisfied if and only if x belongs to the open interval but x is not equal to c. That means beta x belongs to c minus delta open interval of c minus delta union of open interval of c plus delta c open interval of c comma c plus delta, because this will compromise, this will combine these two conditions. One, this x belongs to this, and also x is not equal to 0. So if and only if x belongs to when we will analyze it beta, you just check it beta. I think beta this check this it is actually the deleted neighborhood of the C. So it means this condition is satisfied if and only if x belongs to deleted neighborhood of C. So our first meaning is here. Got this? First thing we got here is beta 0 less than x minus c less than delta if and only if this x belongs to deleted neighborhood of c. X belongs to deleted neighborhood of c. Write down the node beta. Time is running, I know, but we have to make it pretty this neighborhood. So next one is beta. You write as node. Or node to beta if x minus c less than delta. X minus c less than delta if and only if this x belongs to, you write it as, because it is the corollary of the first result we have given you meaning of 0 that it is the corollary of this x belongs to beta this neighborhood of c, that means beta x belongs to c minus delta. You analyze it on number line beta. What this actually means beta. We have beta a point x and another point we have for another c. When we are finding the distance between these two, and we are finding the distance between this x and c, we are getting that beta less than delta. So the distance between this x and c, we are getting less than delta. When that is beta less than delta. So that means beta, this x must be is c plus delta, and this is c minus delta. Then this beta, when the distance between these two are less than delta, then we must have this x inside x between the c minus delta and c plus delta, as I have already told you in the previous one. Because if we will put the c plus delta, it will be greater. It will be then the distance between this will be less than delta, and if we will take it as the point here, the distance between x minus c, that will also not be less than delta. So this is like this. Inshallah Rahman, it is enough for today, and tomorrow we are going to define some some beautiful results, and also we will define what is limit, our actual console. It is enough today.